What are some of the excuses people give when caught in adultery? The first thing is carelessness. Some people will say, it wasn't my plan to go into adultery, it just happened. Carelessness. And that is when such people do not have strong, defined boundaries. The other reason people end up in adultery is they have low self-esteem. They have low self-esteem. They have weak boundaries. When someone is making suggestions through words and actions to you, touching you indecently, sending you messages that you know are not good between people who are not married, and you are condoning it and you are just allowing it, you're just saying, no, don't send me that, and yet you are not firm, you're not assertive. Before the person knows it, they fall into adultery. Another reason is people go into adultery to feel desired, to feel powerful. Some would say, I just wanted to come alive again. Some would say, I just want to experience the spark again that I had. You know, when I first met my wife, it's not there. When I first met my husband, it's not there. I want to have it. And some of such people, they have narcissistic personality. They want to feel admired again. They have this need for admiration. And such people will pride themselves, you know, about the number of men they've been able to get, the number of women they've been able to get. They see that as a trophy to them. Some will even say that there's no man that I cannot put his back down. There's no woman that I cannot get except I do not talk to the woman. Those are the people that go into adultery to feel powerful and to meet that their need for admiration. Another reason people go into adultery is they say they have unmet emotional needs. They say that they have needs of appreciation and respect that were not met, you know, by their spouses, and sexual needs that were not met. Emotional and sexual needs that were not met when they are deprived of care and validation by the spouse. Their sexual needs were not met. Maybe the spouse is depriving them of it, is saying no for a long time. And sometimes this sexual need may be unmet because of illness. Maybe a spouse is ill and the sickness is taking a long time, or when there is absence. And that is why I always encourage spouses, don't live apart. For as long as you can help it, make sure you do not live apart. Even the Bible said it that you should not stay away from each other for a long time, because when you do, you give room for the enemy to come in. Another reason people give for going into adultery is they'll say that communication and safety are perceived as missing in their marriage. They will say, I cannot talk to my spouse and enjoy the company of my spouse, or the spouse is physically available but emotionally absent. This will happen when spouses are not spending time together. I'm not saying just being in the same house. I mean quality time. It makes the spouse to be vulnerable due to what? They will not, instead of what the spouse is supposed to discuss with her husband, supposed to discuss with the wife, you will now see they'll be discussing with somebody else. There will now be this emotional bond that will start growing. You might be sharing the problem and they say, oh, sorry, madam, it's a pity, oh, and all that. And before you know it, they end up in adultery. Or you both now see the man, oh, let me give you a shoulder to cry on. They'll get my handkerchief, wipe your face. That is how it starts.